Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the one thing that it takes to truly be successful in any goal that you set for yourself. So as you guys know, I have my story. I've had my trials, my tribulations that I've dealt with in the past that has cemented me into the person that I am today. Has given me the tools and the virtues and the skills to be able to get myself to the point where I am right now at this very second. Owning my own business, running my own business by myself solely, having got myself to a 116 kilogram physique from a 60 kilogram wet, skinny ass little boy. And we know where this all started from. I'm not going to get back into my story every video, but what I wanted to talk about was the number one skill that you need in order to get yourself to the position that you want to be in. Your physique, your career, your mental well-being, relationships, whatever it may be. It all comes down to one thing, and especially this one thing, amongst a few other things that we'll probably touch on as well, but I want to talk about consistency. And the reason consistency is so undervalued in your goal chasing, in your career chasing, building life on your own terms, is because a lot of the people put their foot down to the pedal way too fast, way too hard for not long enough. And this is where you need to find that little bit of a balance, right? And I always talk about this with my clients, especially when it comes to their nutrition, because a lot of people find it difficult to stay 100% on track with nutrition. And I understand that, right? We all want a little bit of balance. We all want a little bit of give and take while still being able to address our primary goal. But putting in 80% hard work every day for a longer period of time is going to garner you much better results than going 100% for 4 weeks at a time and then falling back for 6 and restarting where you left off for another 4 weeks, going absolutely ham and pulling back, burning yourself out once again for another 4, 6, 8 weeks. And I see this time and time again. And of course, I'm going to find a way to link this into our training, our nutrition, our body goals. I've had many people around me make this mistake one too many times. And this is where they lack. This is why people can never seem to really get a hold of what they want, what they truly want. And it's because they can't find that balance. That 80%, balls to the wall all the time. When it comes to fat loss, we know that people, a lot of the time, push way too hard, restrict themselves way too hard from the get-go. And they've developed these bad lifestyle habits over years, right? And it's not that easy to undo it just like that. So we need to find a different kind of approach, a more balanced approach, a more consistent approach that's going to help us get to point B from point A. When it came to my bodybuilding goals, I made this mistake multiple times, right? Especially earlier in my journey. I would go 100%, balls to the wall for a good 4 weeks. And all of a sudden, I'd give 50% for another 4 weeks. And I'd be burnt out. I'd be questioning, is this worth it? Will I get to where I want to get to? Am I just causing suffering for myself for a goal that I don't know exists yet? And so when I began to find that middle ground, which was giving that 80% all the time, that's when my mindset changed. That's when the journey became a lot more enjoyable. That's when I started to really see the results, not just physically as well, but mentally too, because I wasn't putting so much strain on myself and so much stress around that goal that I had set. Now, where can we apply this to other parts of our lives? Obviously, business, relationships, like we said, all these kinds of things. We can apply this kind of logic to those areas in our life as well. If you're trying to build your own business, you're working for someone else at this current point in time, you're working 9 to 5 for them. I understand, it's not always easy. It's not always going to be easy. We have extracurricular activities, post-work, we have life that we still want to enjoy, but we still need to make some sacrifices from that 5 p.m. to that 9 p.m. window, which is going to be extremely important for you getting yourself out of that situation that you're currently in. So when it comes to the consistency around that, we may go, hard on Monday. On Tuesday, may pull back a little bit, but do a little bit of work, towards that second business that we have running. But put a little bit of work towards that business that we have running. On Wednesday, maybe a little bit more, maybe 75%. On Thursday, maybe 60% of our time. So on and so forth. Something is always going to be better than nothing. And I think that is the real crux of this conversation, is that you guys need to understand that. Apply this to your physique goals. Apply this to your careers. Apply this to your relationships. Because it's going to get you a lot further than going balls to the wall 100% of the time, burning yourself out mentally and physically. And we need to start rewiring how we approach these things for these exact reasons. So this is a bit of a shorter one today, but this is a crucial point for you lot who are trying to get to your goals, right? This is something I really wanted to touch on, and so I think a full video dedicated to it, I thought that would hit the spot, right? So make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, comment some other video ideas, some topics that you want me to talk about. And if you're looking for a coach, if you're struggling with these types of issues within your training, within your goal chasing, within your muscular development journey, hit the link in the comments below, book in a call on Calendly or just fill out the form. Let's get to chatting and we'll figure this out for you, right? With my clients, I'm always on their journey with them, all right? It's never a one-man journey. It's a two-man team. So if you find yourself needing that assistance and that guidance in order to get there as quickly as possible and as effectively as possible, you know who to come to. See you in the next one.